family man. I see you how you blended your family together, and it's not easy. And that's what I want to ask you about. It's not
T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his act.
The first images are etched into memory. King Harris, face tense but unbroken, pulled from his BMW as red and blue lights flashed, cold cuffs biting his wrists, sirens slicing through the Atlanta night. It was a shocking scene. Just 20 years old, still fronting like he had everything to prove, but with way too much to lose. Only weeks before, he was glowing on Instagram, holding his newborn son and smiling like life had finally turned around. That could have been his redemption story, the one T.I. warned him to embrace. But now King faces 5 years in a cell, with the ink on his baby's birth certificate barely dry.
King. First off, the kid's a menace, right? He goes around... No, I'm serious. Yo, King, listen. King goes around terrorizing the community of Atlanta, bro. That's a fact, bro. I'm serious, bro.
T's words from 2022 echo louder than ever. Time will be his teacher. Back then, it sounded like a father's warning. Now, it's the soundtrack to his son's mug shot. The old reality show clips hit different, too. Every clash over spoons and tough love playing like a countdown to this moment. Talent, privilege, pressure mixed with a stubborn streak that turned advice into prophecy. The cruel twist. King's run-in with the law comes just as his own son enters the world, making the Harris story feel like a full-circle tragedy. Reports say he nearly clipped a patrol car, smoke drifting out his window, a weapon sitting on his hip. The officer's words were cold. Mr. Harris was cooperative. Just like that, Atlanta's rebellious prince became another number in a Georgia jail as his family scrambled behind the scenes. For T.I., this wasn't just a scenario. This was the nightmare he'd rehearsed 1,000 times. Only now it's playing out under the harsh lights of a booking room.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting has gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this, a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
Here's where it gets messy. The moment King's arrest hit social feeds, whispers exploded. From ex-staff of Family Hustle to old Atlanta road managers, everyone claimed the Harris clan might be pulling strings behind the scenes. Insiders say calls went out fast, quiet, direct, and to all the right people. And honestly, it's not hard to imagine. Big names have flexed their networks before. Some swear that Pickens County bench warrant never stood a chance once the Harris name was mentioned. But others insist Atlanta has boundaries you don't cross, especially with the public watching to see if T.I.'s legacy is built on real power, or just privilege. The internet may cheer for redemption, but it craves a downfall even more. If King walks away with just a slap on the wrist, the backlash could stain the entire dynasty. Because this isn't just about charges, it's about the Harris Empire's reputation and the future of the family name. And we've seen that tension spill into public before, most infamously at the Falcons game suite, where King went live, defiant, while T.I. poked fun at his silver spoon lifestyle, and Tiny dropped the bomb that her son sucked a pacifier until 12. Chaos erupted fast, yelling, finger-pointing, and T.I. locking King in a headlock as the camera shook. "You're embarrassing yourself and your family," T.I. growled, sounding like a father at his breaking point. King shot back, "I stand on business." Most families keep moments like this behind closed doors, but this one went viral to millions. What the world saw wasn't just a meltdown, but the raw passing down of pride, stubbornness, and pain through generations.
Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, get off me.
Hey, what is you talking
Man, get
about?
off me. Man, get off me.
Boy, you can't do nothing with me.
The Harris saga stretches far beyond arrests and family drama, it's chained to scandal. Once again, old allegations against T.I. and Tiny are back under the spotlight, reignited by Sabrina Peterson's relentless social media campaign. Peterson swears she's holding receipts that could torch the entire Harris brand, claims of forced behavior and buried secrets. She's even dragged King's name into the storm, hinting at a world of substances and shady recruitments that could pull the next generation into the same chaos. And the danger doesn't stop there. Peterson claims the feds already have enough evidence, while she waits for the perfect moment to drop it all for maximum damage.
What gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do, or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual.
Let's be real. Most families would collapse under this kind of spotlight, but the Harrises built their brand on surviving chaos. Still, the endless headlines are carving out a steep price. King's role as the wild card is starting to look much darker. His socials are filled with bruised faces, cryptic threats, and reckless late-night drives. Even his grandmother has begged him to change, while fans plead for him to step up now that he's a father. But instead of slowing down, the madness is shaping his entire image. King's no longer just a reality TV troublemaker. He's slipping into the role of Atlanta's antihero.
I ain't really got too much to say on it. Just, getting my hustle on, stacking my bread.
So what that mean, getting your hustle on,
Stacking my bread, that's...
Just when it feels like the chaos couldn't get wilder, the rumor mill explodes. First a viral TikTok, then a wave of X posts, all circling one burning question. Is King Harris really the father of his newborn? Gossip swears a DNA test says no, and the story spread like wildfire. Influencers jumped in, fans soaked up the drama, and that sweet baby shower vibe instantly flipped into scandal. Some even whispered T.I. was heated about wasted expenses. Like Atlanta's first family has ever hosted a drama-free party. Tiny and Zeke clapped back, brushing it off as clickbait, asking with classic Harris swagger, what street this word come off of? But King's silence only makes the rumors louder. One Atlanta promoter nailed it. In this family, the cover-up always looks worse than the crime. And it feels almost poetic. Right as King stares down 5 years behind bars, whispers rise about whether he even has the one thing he thought he'd won: fatherhood. For a young man drowning in fights, legal heat, and family baggage, the thought that his bond with his son might be shaky is pure heartbreak. Pressure like this can break anyone. Will King double down, standing on business no matter the cost? Or will reality finally crash in with lessons even T.I. couldn't teach?
To do that if it wasn't for family hustle. And it does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your back.
The Harris clan is closing ranks. T.I. fires off cryptic posts about loyalty and riding to the depths of hell for his son, making it clear that for him, blood runs thicker than arrest records or headlines. But Atlanta isn't convinced. The online chatter keeps spinning. Was the arrest a setup to distract from bigger scandals? Is the paternity drama staged for sympathy? Or is this just what happens when a dynasty built on hustle, ego, and constant publicity finally starts to crack? And with Sabrina Peterson still teasing her big reveal, one thing feels certain. The messiest secrets haven't even surfaced yet.
Damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming. You know
Really?
what I mean? Nah, I didn't.
Is King Harris truly on the road to redemption? Or are we witnessing his slow-motion collapse in real time? Can family connections really save him? Or will resentment, rumors, and old sins drag the Harrises all the way down? What once looked like hip-hop royalty fused with Southern hustle now seems fragile under the glare of King's headlines. For years, T.I. and Tiny sold the image of a blended dynasty: reality TV stars, entrepreneurs, parents strong enough to survive any scandal. From luxury suites to charity galas, the cameras painted them as unshakable. But the cracks are visible now. Critics are blasting their parenting, breaking down every meltdown on Instagram and TikTok. So the question remains, is this just another messy chapter of fame, or the slow unraveling of T.I.'s reign as King of the South?
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, then you're going to have an emotional attachment to their...
The irony is impossible to ignore. T.I. clawed his way up from Atlanta's roughest corners to the peak of hip-hop, only to watch his son crash headfirst into the limits of street credibility. Is King's wild streak just a desperate attempt to kill that Silver Spoon label, or is he rebelling so hard that even jail time feels like proof he's real? Fans remember T.I. boasting, "It's a beautiful day to not be a buster man," flexing Southern swagger like armor. But those lessons in toughness, once just reality TV sound bites, now hang over the next generation like a crown King seems too eager to wear. The sting for longtime fans is sharp. Every warning, every hard-earned lesson feels ignored. From the Falcon Suite headlock to private family blow-ups, it's all become fuel for online armchair analysts. As one publicist said best, you can't play both sides forever. Either you're privileged, or you're struggling. And now, with patience running thin, it feels like the Harris legacy is being rewritten by critics, while the sharks circle closer.
Old to know better than being out there and engaging in adult activity.
And then there's King's baby mama. Depending on who you ask, she's either his last chance at stability or the spark setting off his downfall. She slid into the spotlight with maternity shoots and glam baby showers, always close to the chaos but never far from the frame. Some fans see her as a calming force, quietly holding it together while King's legal troubles mount. But the gossip crowd? They paint her as an enabler, maybe even a co-conspirator, stoking viral beefs for clout. With her Instagram locked and her ties to the Harrises tightly curated, people are left piecing together scraps. Did she push King toward fatherhood? Or just spot opportunity in the storm? Supporters point to baby shower clips showing her playing peacemaker, while critics question her silence on the DNA whispers. In a world driven by clout and algorithms, every move looks like strategy. As one Atlanta radio host put it, when a baby's paternity becomes trending content, nobody's hands are clean, not King's, not hers, not even the fans. Tiny and Zeke, quick to defend the family name, keep firing off clapbacks like, "How in the hell would this person know what we did or didn't do?" That rallies loyalists, sure, but to outsiders, it just adds more fuel to the fire. In today's digital arena, rumors don't need truth, they just need outrage and a few retweets. King, meanwhile, stays mostly quiet, letting the storm spin. Is that strategy, or just exhaustion? And with Ish at his side, the question hangs. Can she steady the ship, or is she just another passenger gripping the wreckage?
I was trying to get to the bottom of things with King, trying to see if he having...
Huh?
Whoa.
Where you coming out with this word?
Because King got a little friend, and he be in love, like he's a lover boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm a virgin.
It's other things
That between him and his...
As the Harris reputation wobbles, the courts aren't showing mercy. King's possible 5-year sentence hangs like a guillotine, feeling less like punishment for one mistake and more like a reckoning for years of family baggage finally catching up. The headlines practically write themselves. The Harris heir once paraded on VH1 as a precocious star, now swapping designer chains for a prison jumpsuit. A twist so brutal even Shakespeare would groan. The kid who fought the hardest to be seen as real may finally get what he asked for. But at what cost? Word around DeKalb County is that the Harris legal team is grinding overtime, but even influence can't outrun public pressure when people are hungry for a cautionary tale. Prison wouldn't just mean a cell. It's missing his son's first years, widening the family gap, and living every stumble under an online microscope. Tiny could flood Instagram with motivational quotes. T.I. could drop his deep lines. But none of that hides the truth. Will King walk out humbled, ready to repair the wreckage, or come back hardened, just another tragic headline?
Thanks. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my and tell things I did, you can't get away with.
The stakes have never been higher. The Harris dynasty, once quick to laugh off scandal with a smirk and clever soundbite, is now stretched to its breaking point. A son with a criminal record, a legacy under fire, and old allegations against T.I. and Tiny that simply refuse to fade. Even their most loyal fans are divided, some defending their privacy, others calling the chaos proof of celebrity culture gone rotten. As the threads unravel, the setup for another Harris saga feels almost too perfect. King on the edge, a girlfriend whose loyalty is constantly questioned, parents juggling yesterday's scandals with today's headlines, and an online crowd dissecting every move. With sentencing day creeping closer, the real question isn't just if King walks free, it's whether this family can ever reclaim their story from the relentless churn of rumor and consequence. The line between survival and collapse has never been thinner. So, what do you think? Will this be King's wake-up call? The moment he finally takes control and shakes off the weight of legacy? Or has the spiral already gone too far, with fame and family pressure crushing any chance of escape? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was King Harris always destined for a fall, or can one choice still flip the script? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because this ride is far from over.